Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. If you are just joining us, January is National Mentoring Month. Research shows that mentoring relationships for students result in higher GPAs, higher educational aspirations, greater academic achievement, and more personal development. My next guest is the founder and executive director of Saving Our Sons Mentoring Movement, Mr. Lance Ambrose Sr. How are you?
I am well, and I just want to thank you for having me on the show. I
I'm
do
happy to have
appreciate
you
it.
here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And as I just mentioned, mentoring can make a huge difference in the lives of young people.
Yes,
So, if
ma'am.
you would tell us a little bit more about SOS and how it got started.
Well, SOS started in 2018, and it happened after a mishap in my life, coming basically right in front of the judge. I stood in front of the judge and I said, Your Honor, I stand before you completely in disobedience. I have no excuse for you not to send me to where I need to go. I was standing in front of the judge for the burglary charge. And so in 2018, I needed help. And after that court case was over, the judge told me to get out of their courtroom. She never wanted to see me again unless he was on doing something right. So I
Mm.
went home and I get the thought thinking about that. And I went to my sister's house and I prayed on her floor. And I promise you, I heard God speak to me. He gave me SOS. Why? Because I needed help and there were you who were needed help. And we're tied and connected to each other. So
Mhm.
that's mentoring. SOS started in 2018 when I needed help and the youth needed help. And so we're helping each other.
Yeah. And I love that because you're
Absolutely.
able to really look into your own journey
Yes,
and
ma'am.
your own mistakes and realize there are other young people who may be going through the same exact thing, who need
Absolutely.
a little help and a little
Yes, ma'am.
motivation to do better.
Absolutely.
So Saving Our Sons Mentoring
Mhm.
Movement actually
Yes.
mimic a military based program in
Yes, ma'am.
general to kind of set
Yes.
structure and guidance with an innovative approach. And really, when you look at some of the situations that young people find themselves
Mhm.
in, it's structure and guidance that they're missing in many
That is.
instances. So, talk about how you're able to bring these young people in and rank them as privates and then work
Yes.
them through your program.
Well, I'm going to put it this way. In my years of growing up, I'm a son of a preacher. My father passed away in the year of 2000. He died praying on his knees. And at that time, I was 17. Immediately, I became the prodigal son. So I spent 17 years in that living. That 17 years gave me experience now to work with the youth. And I like to work with the youth that no one likes to work with, the youth that are delinquents. Either they've been called delinquents or uh, have been told that they were delinquents either by their behaviors. So I like to work with those youth. We get with those youth and we shadow them. We don't have to look for mentors because we have mentors who are already active in their profession. So SOS uses uh, Navy veterans, active members, firefighters, police officers, service members, doctors, lawyers. We use those people because those are mentors. Those are the people who have had an effect in their life and is able to live about it and give it away to someone else. That's what mentoring is.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. So, let's talk about some of the ways that you're able to mentor. You have your one on one mentoring, you do group
Yes, ma'am.
mentoring, but of course, with this pandemic, the way you've been able to mentor, I'm assuming, has
Mhm.
changed. So, talk about in general what you were able to do pre pandemic and what you're
Mhm.
able to do now.
Well, pre-pandemic, I myself was into the Milwaukee public schools and the Christian schools throughout Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was in there about 3 or 4 times a week, shadowing the students, coming in and speaking, doing some inspiration, speaking, some affirmation, power hours. And also, I would come in and also bridge the gap between the parents that not being able to be there all the times in their children's lives. I was able to do that there at the school.
Mhm.
Some I don't know what you call that, but we love the thing because what it does is it creates a relationship that it's the village. And if you think about SOS is the village. I mean, we need village to raise the children.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so with that said, are you still
Mhm.
able to meet with young people? Obviously, not in a school setting, but are you still able to do anything at all under the circumstances?
Yes, ma'am. And giving back to your question there. So before the pandemic, we were in the schools, and now because of the pandemic, we had to do virtual.
Mhm.
But it didn't stop us from opening. Our opening office was December the 1st. We are opening in spite of COVID-19. And I'm having the youth come in here in the office. I mean, we're masked up and everything, but it's not going to stop.
It's not
So
going to stop.
it's not going to stop. It is not.
I'm glad that you are motivated to keep
Yes, ma'am.
going through all of this. It's been hard for
Absolutely.
everyone. And I'm glad that the young people know that there's someone who's willing to keep powering through to help make a
Absolutely.
difference. That's
Yes,
so
ma'am.
important. Wanted to mention that you have a special class, the SAVE movement, where young people also learn CPR,
Yes,
AED, first
ma'am.
aid training.
Absolutely.
Talk about the importance behind that.
Well, the importance about behind that, I can kind of go back to my own life. Coming up, I saw something that I wasn't able to do anything about. There was a youth who passed away in front of me, and it stuck with me, stuck in my mind. And I wanted to so bad to know how to do something. And now today I am a certified instructor. So that part of the organization, or the saving part, is the portion where they learn CPR, they learn stop the bleed, they learn how to use the AED, those things and that, because those are life-saving tactics. What we're trying to do is create good Samaritans, first responders, because I believe also that youth are having symptoms of PTSD, and how do we go against that? Oh, we combat it with something you cannot see. So learning a knowledge or a tool, learning how to save one's life, it's the best thing money can't even buy.
I love that.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
quickly, I would like for you to give out your website and or
Yes.
phone number where people can get more information about your program. Maybe if they would like to make a donation, maybe they'd like to become a mentor,
Yes, ma'am.
whatever the case may be, where can they go for more information?
Well, they can find us at www.savingourSonsMovement.com. You will find all the information there. We are always open for volunteers, mentors, board of directors, and yes, we do need some funding. So please give. We are 100% tax deductible. All right. But you
Okay.
can find us on the web, and we will be ready to
All
serve
right.
you.
We
Thank you.
gotcha. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you
Thank
for what
you.
you do and
Yes,
keep
ma'am.
on keeping on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Lance Ambrose Sr. is the founder and executive director of the Saving Our Sons Mentoring Movement. Again, for more information, you can visit their website at savingourSonsMovement.com or call 262-320-7067. When we return to Our Issues Milwaukee, we'll tell you about a virtual mentoring symposium that's been presented by Mentor Greater Milwaukee, powered by the Milwaukee Bucks. We'll do that right after this.